Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good evening. 2 years ago, I used to think that I was unstoppable. And yes, that's a very bold assumption, thinking that you're unstoppable. But you can't really blame me for that. I mean, 2 years ago, I had just graduated university. And the thing is, during university, I was at the peak of my life, I graduated university from one of the hardest majors out there, in one of the hardest universities in my home country. And I graduated with a GPA that was so high that got me a congratulation letter from the dean of my college himself. I finished a 5-year major in 4 years and had published research, competing with top academics in my field. My university even used to send me on seminars, conferences. It's even sent me abroad on a semester abroad. And it was very eye-opening to me. And my ego went very high up. And then I finished university and decided to leave the academic route and go to the practical world. And that's where I was very humbled. So I started looking for jobs, and I got my first job. And I remember during my interviews round for the job, at first I went through all of the technical tests, which I did very good at. Then in my final round of interviews, my current hiring manager asked me, Faisal, look, I'm not worried at all about your technical abilities. I can see that you're very technically gifted, but this role has a lot to do with project management. And project management means that you have to deal with all sorts of people, from suppliers to stakeholders to your team members to coordinating with other sectors of our company. He said, I am really worried about your people skills. And at the time, I thought what he was saying was ridiculous. Like, how hard could it be? What even are people skills? How hard could it be to communicate with people? I can speak. I know that I can speak. And if we can speak the same language, then how hard could it be? So I got my first project, and I started working on the project. And apparently it was actually very hard. It was way harder than I thought. Because the thing that university never really taught me is, or the thing that it was my personal mistake, is that I focused a lot on technical abilities, but I didn't really improve my soft skills. I didn't know that human communication was very hard. Apparently, it's such a complex matter because when you're answering on a pen and a paper, you have right or wrong. When you're writing to a researcher, you're writing to people in a specific field, and they know you have information. So it's either you have just to write facts or something that are based on test results. But you don't really go into human emotions. You don't go into your tone, the way that you deliver it. You don't go into body language. You don't go into the people that you are delivering to, how they might feel about your speech and the way that you deliver it. Apparently, it was very hard. Some examples or some problems that you face in project management, for example, you get suddenly, so you try everything, you do all the calculations, and you're trying to be on schedule, and suddenly a supplier delays the material, and you have to go up to the client and explain to him why the project is being delayed. Now, it might seem such an easy thing to say, but the way that you deliver it makes a lot of difference, and that was something that I wasn't ready for. I as Faisal found a weak point in myself. I found that apparently I have a lot to learn, and that maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was. This is one of the key reasons why I came to Toastmasters today. Now, keep in mind, this will happen 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, I was at a way weaker point in my life that I am currently at. Alhamdulillah, I believe in 2 years I improved a lot, but I still have a very, very, very long way to go. This is why I joined Toastmasters. I've seen Toastmasters, I came here as a guest, and I've seen people brilliantly, and I should say beautifully, deliver their messages. People who communicate with others and are so confident when they're speaking, who get the right message, who deliver it with the right words, with the right way of delivering the message. And I thought, this is a place where I could learn a lot. Now, keep in mind that at first, when I said that we think that we are unstoppable, in fact, the thing is, we as human beings can be unstoppable because we just have to identify all of our weak points, all of our points of weakness, and try to improve. Because that's part of our human nature, that's life. If you don't live every day to improve something in yourself, because there is always something you can improve, you never reach the top level, then you'll never reach to where you want to be. And where you want to be is something that is you'll never reach it, because you always develop yourself. You think that this is the level that you want, and once you reach that level, you want something that is higher. And that is the continuous life of learning, and that's the continuous journey of life. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmasters.